Dog Gadgets live.
Hi, welcome to our Friday edition of Brown Dog Gadgets Live.
We're back.
Yay, we're back. It's Josh and Pete.
Hello.
He's over here, camera-wise. There we go. There's Pete. He's over there. It's weird with cameras. So we're here on Friday to talk about some random stuff that we've been doing around the office, STEM education things, and chat about things we've done this week, what's going on next week. And we've got some fun stuff in front of us, and we're going to show it off. But first and foremost, I'm Josh from browndoggadgets.com. If you're watching this, it's because you somehow clicked on our links or found our videos. You can find everything we talk about today at browndoggadgets.com. We've got all sorts of stuff that we're posting all the time, lesson plans, curriculum, resources, and whatnot. You can find that all here. And if not, you can find us on all these crazy social media things. Thanks, Pete, for making these up. Look at all these.
Look at
There's
that.
so many overlays on top of me. I'm lost in the sea of overlays, I feel like. Oh, my God.
There we go.
So many overlays. But you can find us at all those fun social media places, too. So thanks for watching us. And we're around all the darn time. Oh, my gosh. We got to change one of those, too.
Okay.
I think you don't need to have users on the YouTube one, I think.
I think it wouldn't work without it. We'll check on it.
Well, we'll find out soon enough. Well, let's go look at this stuff. This is all that's kind of boring.
right.
Let's go look at the cool stuff on the table here.
That would be
So we're going to switch to our
overhead.
view. Yay, overhead view. So we're going to talk about a few of the cool things we're working on. Pete, would you brush away that? Oh, brush away. Look at that movie magic. So first and foremost, we're going to talk about these cool guys that showed up. We do a lot of Lego-based electronics projects here with our Crazy Circuits lineup. In fact, I've got a leftover thing from when we did something with Matthew from SquishyCircuits.com. This is one of our production boards. Uses an Arduino on it, but we're working on a microbit version for later release later in the year, and that's what this guy is. This is our prototype board that came in. We're still waiting for a couple parts to show up because thanks COVID-19 for making UPS even less useful than it usually is. UPS, not just brown shorts, but also very delayed packages.
Sad trombone.
Yeah, we need a sad trombone sound effect. Anybody else out there really hate UPS? Because they're our most hated delivery service. We don't offer them on our website for a reason. But once those other parts come in, we'll surface mount solder all this fun stuff up, test it out, and plop a microbit in here so we can do a lot of different microbit projects with this. Because we have some Crazy Circuits curriculum already for Arduino, but by popular request, we're also going to be doing a microbit version as well.
What's a Crazy Circuit?
Well, Crazy Circuits, Pete. Thanks for asking, Pete. You're always so helpful with all those wonderful
I just
questions.
don't know anything. That's why I asked the question.
Oh, my gosh. Crazy Circuits, they're a Lego-compatible electronics line. They're open source, 100% open source. In fact, we'll show you that later. But this is one of our boards, and everything we have is Lego-compatible. Like our microcontroller boards just have Lego holes around the outside. Our smaller boards, I'll grab this other one over here too. This is an example of one. We've got like our LED board, where we've got these parts that entirely pop on top of Lego. This is our Teensy LC invention board. Holes around the outside that we can use our nylon conductive tape to literally make circuit boards out of Lego.
Well, hold on, Josh. Now I'm just a simple maker. I've used a breadboard before and some wires, but this looks a little different.
It is, Pete. It is, because Lego is awesome, and everyone has Lego in their basement on their floor that they step on in the middle of the night. But you can pop these parts onto and then use our nylon conductive maker tape to connect all the tracings. browndoggadgets.com. Also crazycircuits.com, which takes you to browndoggadgets.com.
There you go.
I'm not making a second website. That's way too much work. But it's easy to make up stuff, both simple and more complicated. And this would be a more complicated thing. This actually uses capacitive touch to turn LEDs on. We're using conductive Play-Doh with this, with Matthew from Squishy Circuits. Thanks, Matthew, if you're watching. You're probably not. But yeah, it's easy to connect together. And really the goal was to make a very nice visual format that wasn't just little jumper wires all over a breadboard, because those are freaking obnoxious. We've all been there. If you do anything with electronics and a breadboard, wires everywhere, and I still have nightmares of my students in a classroom, 15 groups of kids, 2 kids in a group, all trying to figure out why the heck the little breadboard wires aren't working the right way.
Or you put them in the wrong hole, or they come out, and that tape is stuck down. You stick your parts on top. It's nice.
And I've bought some nice breadboards and some cruddy cheap ones off Amazon.
Yeah.
We used to sell some pretty inexpensive ones. We stopped just because the quality was so inconsistent on them. Those little connectors, they're nice for bigger projects, but for stuff with kids, do it on Lego. It just makes life easier. Or you could, I often do things too now where we take our especially our microcontroller boards for crazy circuits and just run tape off of here to paper. So you're doing projects on paper or on another surface, or we just have it on Lego just to begin with, and it plops off to other. I keep using the word "plops" as an adjective that goes off to other things. We have a sound wall where our microcontroller is stuck on the wall with on a Lego base plate, but then it just goes off on the wall to do other things. But I mean.
So that you can stick that tape to anything tape will stick to.
Yeah.
Even fabric because it's flexible and bends.
Yes, which we did earlier this week with our non-sewing wearable bracelet project, which we'll get to later. But yeah, this is our first step in a 3-step process, which ends up with us with a whole bunch of these for sale. But this is our first, actually second version prototype. To see if this works. And it should work fine. I mean, it's a pretty simple setup for microbit. We just added a little bit of extra fun here in the form of a relay, because relays are fun.
Click, click.
Click, click indeed, Pete. Click, click indeed. But a little small relay for turning on DC motors and buzzers and whatnot, things that teachers might have already in the classroom. But otherwise, this is a nice, at the most basic level, breakout board for microbit to a Lego environment or sewing environment, and access to all the pins on a microbit, just not the 0, 1, 2 ground and whatnot. We love the microbit, and we love the Adafruit Clue, which we showed off last week that we got. And Adafruit Clue would totally work with this as well. Adafruit Clue, we love you, Adafruit Clue. You make us sad that we can't make anything like that.
Okay, let's move on.
Move on from Adafruit Clue.
What else we got?
So we got these guys. Oh, I want to show off another thing, and Pete's going to show off a fun new thing, too. So this is something we've had around for a while. This is one of our many open-source Crazy Circuits parts that we're going to switch to, I think, a close-up view here.
Close-up view.
Close-up view. Let's see if we can get this in here a little closer.
Ooh. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's in focus.
Yay, autofocus.
Oh, move it around.
Yep.
Put your hand behind it, maybe.
Well, thanks, Logitech.
There
we go.
It's trying.
Anyway, this is a small dark detecting board. Pretty simple transistor. This is not helping
it detects the dark, and then what does it do?
It does, and lets power flow through it. We're going to switch back to the other one here. So,
Which one do you want?
Overhead. There we go. No more intro videos. But this is one of our many open source parts that we've made up and prototyped out, but not actually produced. And Pete's going to show you, using the power of technology, our GitHub repo.
GitHub repo.
Which would be, there we go.
There we go.
So we actually have all of the parts we manufacture, as well as a bunch of parts we don't manufacture but designed up, and some work, some kind of haven't really been tested. But we have just heaps and heaps and heaps of components that
parts there.
we've put together up here. So eventually our microbit board will end up there too, once we kind of get the bugs worked out on it. But
so you're saying I can make my own versions of these?
Pete, you totally could. And we've had a few people, either one use our boards as a launch point for their own things.
Yeah.
Some wearable electronics projects. But also we had a guy out in Montana whose name now is totally escaping me. He made an adapter for the Adafruit Circuit Playground to work in the Crazy Circuit system, because like the Circuit Playground, but also wanted to do things in Lego. So he did that. So that's what he did. But we got all our boards up there. We even have a Raspberry Pi Zero board up there, which we've printed off, but have no idea what to do with it. So if anybody has
I'll do something.
Pete will do something with it. Just like we don't know what we really need to do with a Raspberry Pi, but we also have a few versions of other things.
I keep scrolling and the page keeps going.
We made a lot of them.
Yeah,
just also some variations on some things like just different RGB LEDs. We tried out a couple different versions of the NeoPixel board we just got in a little bit ago, which are on our website now too. As well as just different things for trying things out. We also have all the PCB KiCad. I'm saying that KiCad.
KiCad.
Or the common PCB prototyping free software KiCad.
Wow.
We have all the resources on how to make these boards in that system, design your own boards up. And so once we kind of got rolling, we just kept making more and more based on we like these things. Let's just make up a quick version. Mm-hmm. A lot of this is just the right spacing. Yeah. So even for those tilt switches there, I mean, once the style sheet's in place, it's tilt switch. It's easy to throw more things on. Yeah. Kind of like our dark detecting board we have there. Nice. Which is one I just shut up because that was one of the newer boards we designed up. But a little bit of testing, and maybe eventually if COVID-19 ever ends and we have more sales, we'll make some of those up and put those in our newer kits. But the two most recent boards we made up were our potentiometer boards and our NeoPixel boards, which the NeoPixels took much longer than expected because there are lots of little things on a little space.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have a bunch of different versions of things on there. Through-hole versions, surface mount versions, because you're making stuff up on your own, you might as well, do through-hole for like a quick 1 or 2 thing.
Yeah.
And by the way, oshpark.com. Oshpark. Get your PCBs made there. Send us money, Oshpark.
Exactly.
We got like our prototype boards here done up was from Osh as well. We have even more showing up. We just wanted these quickly, and then of course other things aren't showing up because UPS is horrible. Yay! So moving on away from my hatred of UPS.
All right.
We love you,
What
FedEx.
else we got there?
So Pete
Hello.
was doing some fun stuff recently. We did some not long ago, December. We made up some fun cards we call Straw Wars, which are just doing Star Wars stuff with straws and LEDs in them to make things light up. And we showed those off earlier in the week on Tuesday how to make one of those, because next week is May the 4th. Be with you. Mm-hmm. Yay. So Pete over here is like, well, we need sharks with freaking laser beams on them. And someone else suggested cats with lasers coming out of their eyes. And who are we to deny the people the things they want the most?
Right.
So Pete over here designed up some very nice templates here with cats with lasers on their eyes. You can print these off and follow our directions and make these up. Same thing with the shark with a freaking laser beam on his head. No ill-tempered sea bass.
I think that's a shark.
To quote
Sure.
Mike Myers movies from the 90s.
Right.
But, and here's a nicely printed off version of this with the eyes lighting up, which don't look really good in the studio lighting we have. But Pete made this up on the inside. Very nicely done. It looks all fancy and fun. And apologies, we have a very sad office dog who is not allowed in the studio, and he is whining in the background. Sad dog is sad. And we also have this shark with a laser beam. Same thing. Pete, you made this up. Any points that you want to let people know about things with?
It's a shark with a laser beam on its head. What else is there?
Any advice on making these? Because we're using straws with hot glue behind them.
to put the LED through the paper and the car, use a little safety pin. Just poke a hole through where the legs go, and then you can stick it right in there and bend it over. And
I always
Bob's your
recommend,
uncle.
using heavier paper on this stuff, which is why you might need a safety pin to poke through there. I mean, I usually don't have an issue with LED legs, but a safety pin, poke, whatever. And especially with kids. So these are going to be up on our website shortly, probably next week. Not to mention all of our Straw Wars stuff, which I think
it's out of reach.
Yeah, it's too far to
Over
reach.
there.
We had a bunch of fun Star Wars laser beam things, and we're posting a few little notes about that.
Where would you find those?
Well, you'd find all these templates at browndoggadgets.com. Nice. You're home for free.
I can download those for free.
Oh, yes.
Amazing.
These soon, once we get these up on...
All right.
We'll post these later.
Next week.
Actually, Pete, you can post these later after I'm done
you.
here. I've got more
Thank
paperwork to do. So these are up on the website, or will be shortly by the time people who are watching this at a later date have done this. So we got this. Speaking of things that Pete made randomly... we're going to take a look at these because Pete made some fun cupcakes. It said that they say on there, don't add Wi-Fi to a cupcake. Pete, what does that mean?
Well, it means keep it simple. You don't need to overcomplicate things, especially if you're working on projects with children. If you're like, hey, I come with a great development board that's attached to Legos, and you just need an Android or iOS device to connect it to the cloud. Like, if you're working with some grade school kids, they probably won't. It's too much.
This is our unofficial office motto: don't add Wi-Fi to a cupcake, because I try out tons and tons of STEM products, both home use and classroom use, and the number of overcomplicated things that I try out, like why is it so complicated? Why do I have to have a tablet and Bluetooth to turn an LED on? Don't add Wi-Fi to a cupcake. Don't make it more complicated than it should be. Considering the number of teachers I know out there, I just was reading a Facebook thread on the Makey Facebook group, and somebody was talking about, what's an easier way to do circuits on paper without using copper foil? Like, can I get away with aluminum foil and a glue stick? Ooh, so that's what teachers are trying to do. They're like, no. Copper foil tape, it sucks. That's why we like to use Maker tape. Which, there we go, not green screen. Maker tape. But literally teachers go so far as I've seen in the past, cut conductive tape down the middle to get more of it. Yeah. And 2, aluminum foil and glue sticks. Oof. Which is I mean, I did that in Boy Scouts
If-
back when I was like 10.
There's nothing a kid likes more than aluminum foil and glue sticks. Like, that sounds easy to use.
That's why we love our nylon conductive tape, found at browndoggadgets.com.
Bing.
There we go. Thanks, Pete. You're just on top of that. We're like a hot key, don't we? Bam. Brown Dog Gadgets. But yeah, if people are going that far, I mean, it just shows you what teachers are looking for. And they're not looking for another Bluetooth-enabled device or an IoT device to do basic things. And even when it comes to our crazy circuit stuff, we try to keep things as simple as possible. That's what we're trying to, even with our microbit, we're trying to just make sure we keep things simple with a couple extra nice features for people, that we're not overcomplicating it, because nobody wants to have to connect their device to a Wi-Fi network to program it. And there's a couple, Pete and I've talked, a couple companies with really nice hardware whose names shall go unmentioned, that you have to connect their device to a network to upload code to it, even to act as a standalone Arduino.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, as somebody who used to work in a school, trying to hook up your cell phone or a laptop or an iPad to a school network can sometimes be a week-long process, let alone a bunch of boards. So I have nightmares still about that. Just my laptop could not get authorized to show YouTube videos in my classroom because it was not an approved device. I'm like, this 10-year-old computer won't even launch YouTube.
No.
And this was like 2010. Like, it's like, yeah, Pentium 3 isn't cutting it for YouTube videos these days, guys. Well, it's not approved.
All right, let's move on.
Anyway, moving on. Thanks, Pete. You're here to help me move on and not like rant about school crap. But we did this light up bracelet, which actually very similar to this cupcake Pete made, which was, it's a template on the website. Pete made that up this week. We did this as a video, and this is just using our maker tape to make a very simple conductive bracelet without having to do any sewing. You can just wrap it around itself. LED turns on, or it was turning on earlier.
I think we left it on.
I think we, oh gosh, I probably did leave it on since
So,
Wednesday.
yeah, and you made this live the other day in like
It was working
10 minutes or so, right?
Oh, yeah, if I was just sitting down doing it by myself with directions, like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
It's easy.
That's why it's so sloppy.
This is really sloppy, too. Screw it. But Pete also did, because Pete has a laser cutter at home. Pete, what laser cutter do you have at home?
I have a, I'm going to say FSL to avoid any problems. It's a 4th gen hobby laser, which has been upgraded with a Cohesion 3D controller board.
There you go.
Cohesion3D.com.
There you go.
All right.
They don't sponsor us. Pete just
They sponsor
Pete's
me.
likes their hardware. They sponsor Pete. Pete is partially sponsored. He's got a big tattoo across
Right,
the chest.
exactly.
But Pete laser cut these out of some pretty nice, a little more heavy duty felt like this. You have access to a laser cutter. Try laser cutting felt on a laser. It works really well for doing more complicated things, even etching on there. I mean, these turned out well. These are a couple layers, 3 layers of felt. It looks like.
Yeah, I just stacked it up.
They're nice and sturdy. You could use these as like, if this is flat on top, this actually make a nice coaster, to be honest.
Ooh.
Like these are really nice and sturdy. But you're also using some pretty sturdy felt. So anyway, that's all the weird crud we have today. We have a Pinbox 3000 pinball machine we're going to put together with conductive tape and make it have scoring features on there. Something we've been trying to put together for like 2 years now. Finally getting around to doing that. But hopefully we're doing a live stream, I think, again with Make next Wednesday. Trying to get that worked out still. And so we have a guest next week, Thursday again, probably. Just trying to figure out which guest has free time. All these people want to...
Mystery guest.
Mystery guest!
Tune in to find out who it is.
Yeah, just trying to get people's schedules worked out for that. But we're doing a lot of live streaming, and we're going to keep posting new projects and whatnot. And we've even gone so far to have a nice intro and outro video.
Josh, we got a comment here from a viewer.
Oh,
Look at
happy
this.
Friday or Friday.
All
Well,
right.
isn't that
Thank
true?
you, Amy. Can't read that last name, but
Now, Amy.
all right.
Amy from Wisconsin, I believe. Thanks, Amy. We appreciate it. If you want to send us free drinks in the mail, we'd appreciate. No, it's a children's channel. What are we doing?
Wow. Well, they can be soft drinks.
Soft drinks. A nice Dr. Pepper.
Josh, do you know someone named John? I'm sorry, I don't know how to say that. It says hi to you there.
I'm horrible with names, probably. Hi, John.
John Jr. Let's go with that.
JJ! You're our favorite John Jr. But no, we'll be posting more projects next week, new activities. We literally haven't figured out what we're going to be doing next week for project-wise. We'll figure that out on Monday. Monday's our figuring things out of the week.
May the 4th?
May the 4th. And actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to grab one, and they're just literally right outside my reach, so I'm going to grab one.
He's going to get one. He'll be right back.
I'll be right back. Oh, there's Pete. Producer Pete.
All right, Josh is back.
It's in my big old thing of straws. We have all the fun Straw Wars cards that we have.
Oh, you're nice.
Some of these are Christmas themed. We also have like non-Christmas versions of these as well.
I mean, there's usually a Star Wars movie out around Christmas, right? So
maybe not for a while. Kathleen Kennedy, make something better, please. But yeah, we have these, again, all the straw-based things with straws off Amazon.
Straws. Are those colored straws or clear straws? What kind are they?
Now, Pete, these are clear straws. We're using clear LEDs in them, much like
Gotcha.
on the ones we're using down there.
All right.
If you wanted to, you could totally use a colored straw with, I'd recommend a white LED, a white clear LED on one side to make it a little more, I don't know, glowy.
Glowy.
I like putting hot glue behind mine, especially for like the laser beams and lightsabers.
Yeah.
That way it actually reflects off of that a bit and it illuminates a bit more, giving it a nice undefined edge.
Yeah.
So it has a different kind of look. I mean, also the hot glue keeps this down anyway, so great. But these are like, I bought like a gigantic 250 drinking straws on Amazon. We only use these for crafts, not for drinking or throwing in the ocean.
Right. And I must have gone through, maybe 2 or 2.5 this week. So
We're
let you
going
know.
to be lasting us for years. But yeah, those templates on our website. But hey, thanks for watching. Catch us next week. We're around basically 3 Central Time, Tuesday through Friday, because that's what we do now.
And where should they look for us?
Brown Dog Gadgets is our name everywhere.
Pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
It's a website, too.
Yes.
Excellent.
But Facebook, YouTube, you can watch us and see comments. There's another comment.
We got another one here.
From who?
Benjamin Nelson. Benjamin Nelson. He has a comment.
Sophie, you can just grab that. Your dad can grab that
You
anytime
can order
he
that.
wants.
I think her dad can order that right there.
Her father basically hangs out at our shop way too much, having fun, making things and laser cutting. By the way, Ben, we have stuff laser cut for you that you need.
Your 3D prints aren't done yet, though, so we'll work on those. All right.
3D printers, whatever. Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching. We're done.
Thanks for watching.
Outro video.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, we have an outro video. We're still broadcasting.
Are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta hit the outro video.
Outro video.
There we go.
Credits.
Outro video.
Thanks for watching. Please visit browndoggadgets.com for parts, projects, and curriculum. Follow us on social media at browndoggadgets. Check out our live streams at Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We'll see you next time.